Hello, my name's Emily Hearn, and I'm the Program Coordinator for the Asset Building Coalition of Mason County, where our mission is to promote financial well-being for all. This is one of a series of short, informative personal finance videos. Today we'll be talking about credit reports and scores. In the U.S., there are three major credit reporting agencies: TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. You can get your free credit report once a week at www.annualcreditreport.com. So what information is in your credit report? There is identifying information such as your name, your birth date, and current and past addresses. There is also account information such as which accounts you have open, which are current, which are delinquent, and which are in collections. There is also public information such as bankruptcies and foreclosures. It is a good idea to check your report very often to make sure that the information in each report is accurate and up to date. Any unpaid debts that are over 7 years long need to be removed, and any debts that you know have been paid off but still show up need to be removed. To remove any inaccurate or out-of-date information, contact the credit reporting agency whose report the error is on and ask them to remove it. So, why are credit reports and scores important? Well, they do affect us in nearly every facet of our financial lives. Financial institutions use credit checks to determine whether or not they are going to give a loan to a person, or whether they are even going to open an account for them. Some landlords use credit checks to determine whether they are going to rent to a potential tenant, also whether or not they're going to need a security deposit and for how much. Some utility companies also do this, and they do credit checks to determine whether or not a person moving into their new home needs to put down a deposit. Cell phone companies use credit checks to determine cell phone plan contract terms, or if they are simply going to offer a paid month-to-month plan. The insurance companies also use credit checks to determine whether or not they are going to offer a plan to a potential customer, and also whether or not they are going to have to put down a down payment. There are also some job opportunities that require credit checks, but these are usually only for positions which require a security clearance. Now, when it comes to having low credit or no credit, it is preferable to have low credit, because then a potential lender can at least see what history you've had with borrowing money. If you are credit invisible, they have no way of knowing what kind of financial risk you are to them. The most commonly used credit score by lenders is the FICO model. 35% is made up of the payments you've made on your credit accounts and whether or not you've paid them on time and as agreed. 30% is how much debt you have already taken out compared to how much credit you have available. Basically, they are checking to see whether or not you're stretching yourself too thin. 15% is the length of credit history. How long is your oldest account? So it's a good idea to keep old accounts open and active to show that you have had an active credit history for a good amount of time. 10% is your credit mix. Do you have just credit card debt? That can bring down your score. If you have a credit card, an auto loan, a home loan, and maybe a personal loan, those are signs of a good credit mix and can improve your score. And then 10% is new credit. This can either bring down or improve your score. If you take out a new loan and you're getting close to your capacity, that can bring down your score. However, if you've taken out a new loan and it improves your credit mix, it can improve your score. If you are not happy with your current credit score, there are things you can do to improve it. 1, do not close old accounts. This shows your credit history, and you want to show that you have been active for a long while. Continue to make all minimum payments on all accounts and catch up with any delinquent accounts. Consider going to your financial institution and getting a debt consolidation loan for any high credit card debt you may have. They will offer you a better interest rate. Another thing financial institutions can offer are what's known as credit building loans, where they loan you money, but they don't actually give it to you, and you make payments on it, and they report it to the credit reporting agencies. At the end of your loan, You have then paid it off and made however long that loan was worth of payments. You can consider using services like Experian Boost or Credit Karma to add things like rent payments, utility payments, and cell phone plan payments to your credit report. These things are not usually reported on your credit report unless you are delinquent on them. And then lastly, if you have children who you are trying to build their credit score, you can add them as authorized users on your own credit card accounts. Now, only do this if you know you are responsible with your credit cards, because if you become delinquent on them, you then hurt your children's credit history. Thank you for watching, and I hope this gives you some insight into credit reports and scores and how you can improve them and improve your financial stability.